All right, so let's take you live here now, where the Gauteng Transport MEC, Kedibone Diale-Tlabela, is engaging in what's meant to be scholar transport operators at the University of Johannesburg Soweto campus. Let's take you live there. My colleague a bit earlier on, Calvin Dludla, telling us that some of the operators have boycotted that sitting there, where the transport operators wanted to discuss issues over tensions of impounded vehicles and concerns by the MEC and the department over compliance with transport regulations. Let's take you live there now to see who exactly she's going to be addressing.
Individual business. Halim Pakat, you are business people. You are in scholar transport operation because you want to, yes, but you are business people. So no one will stop me from meeting whoever calls me. Last week we were in Hammanskraal. Yesterday I was in Soshanguve. Because all operators are worried that when we try to come, we get stopped, that you can't speak to the MEC. So it cannot happen. I can't sit in boardrooms and wait to meet people calling themselves leaders. And when I create a platform to meet with everyone and try to hear what are the issues, then I'm stopped. So we are continuing, we are not going to stop. And please raise the issues. The teams are ready to make presentations on what is expected from you. And I hope from here you will also share with others. So there are three aspects to scholar transport. Our lead department on this matter is Department of Education. So Department of Education is guided to follow rules and laws. And then we are Department of Roads and Transport. We are responsible to ensure that you have proper documentations called licensing to can be able to operate this business. So then we've got law enforcement, community safety. It's there in municipalities. They are called Metro Police. In local municipalities, they are traffic officers. And at the province is Gauteng Traffic Police, as well as Gauteng Transport Inspectorate. So our responsibility is to make sure that you get licenses. And how do you get those licenses? You don't go anywhere else and think you are safe and then you can operate. You go to our toll labs and ask for application forms and the information booklet on what are the requirements. You go fill the forms and make sure that you submit all the requirements. When you come back, before you buy a car, don't buy a car and come to us. You are going to have a problem. The taxi industry has that big problem. At least they have stopped ever since we put our foot down that don't buy a car before you come and get that permit to operate. So the department has been having a huge challenge, but not on scholar transport. So let's not hide behind a finger. Backlog does not affect you. It doesn't. So last year we started the process because we realized that a lot of you are not registered or have not applied for permits. We started a process of outreach programs as Department of Roads and Transport to create awareness amongst yourselves. And this we did because one of the associations were saying the province was not recognizing them Because my predecessor said there must be only one association of scholar transport, and that is Gauteng Education Transport, what gets Yabutsiti, which was recognized as the only association. Everybody who wants to belong to an association must go to that organization. And while we were doing work trying to create awareness, we met GGLTO and said, MEC, we've been closed outside and we are unable to even be assisted by the department. And I said, because we are still trying to fix the problem, I'm not going to close anyone out. I'm opening for everyone who says I'm an association. I'm opening for everyone who says I don't want to belong to an association. And we've been sitting with these two associations on the table. I hear the allegation is that they have not met me, and it's not true. They sit in the crisis committee that sits from 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock on Friday online. Because we said they must be part of that. It's not only scholar transport, there is taxis, is e-hailers and meter taxis and bus operators. You know why I said we must have these meetings? Because the taxis were bullying some of you on the ground. But if we don't sit together and raise the issues together and solve them together, we are not solving the problem. So I set everybody to one table so that when there are issues, we are able to say, when I'm going to stop your people, there and there, investigate. And that's how we've been working. And we said, let's make sure that scholar transport operators start applying so that, like, we are giving amnesty on the basis that you have applied, so that le bona ba kgona go operate ka di receipt. Only 1,500 people came to apply. Only. Every time we try to do work, a few comes. Now, potso ko gore, the many that is there, what is their standing? Do they only be active when there's tlhakatlhakano? And then when we say we must sit, there's few people who come? So what is the real status of transport operators? So in the 1.5, last year we issued around, because remember, who's not apply, Masipala must concur. And the Masipala Tarana, they take long, especially in Ekurhuleni and City of Joburg. City of Tshwane is very fast in concurring, and that's why you'll see us every time, even on other modes, we are able to resolve Tshwane issues because their MRE is responsive. So I can't give you a permit when the municipality has not concurred. But then the application and the receipt is a temporary thing that you use when police stop you. The municipality can reject, and I can't overrule them. So then it means I must reject. That's why when we give you the receipt, we say temporarily go and operate while we are waiting for the municipality. So far, they are not rejecting scholar transport, because also in their books, they don't know who's a scholar transport operator because they don't have the information. So all of us as government in Gauteng and all our municipalities, we don't know who are operators because operators are not applying. But beautiful thing about the operators is they are organized and wearing t-shirts to show that they are uniform. So there has been that gap, which as Department of Roads and Transport, we want to address. Why t-shirts? Why is not the operating license? Why is apply? Matata ke eng really tusa. That's what we are trying to do. I mean, it's so beautiful how these people banally the t-shirts. So how about fair the t-shirts? Why motho ba find the t-shirts as a feed form? At least I should be sitting on a backlog ya gore ke tse dintšhi di pile mole the application ke palelwa ko di process. No, a ke palelwa ko di process. People are uniformed every day. Yesterday I saw many uniform. So go ra gore batho ba ba affiliate somewhere. Where they affiliate, they must be getting this information, because it's not true that all of you do not have this information. But how can you be a leader and not inform your people? Gore kana sentse re apply le department ya roads and transport. So ha re gane le participate ko di association, it's your choice, but it's not the first step. It's not. And it has been the first step for a very long time, and it has derailed all of us. So the first step is you familiarize yourself with the legislation that governs you. Yours is a special job. It handles children. It's not everybody, you know, Liluna. It's not everybody who must handle children. It's not. And that's why your requirements are difficult and different from any other mode of transport. Once you want to equate yourself to the taxi industry, it's a big problem. You drive kids, and yours is a door-to-door service. You don't fetch them from the streets. And that's why it's important for us and for you that you must have an agreement with the parents, so that no one says, I don't know, when it's difficult. So yours is a door-to-door service. Please understand it. It's what? It's a door-to-door service. You take them from home, drop them at school, take them from school, and straight to home. By the way, as part of our new SOPs that we are developing, it's also to say you don't go to shopping centers with kids. Because there's elements that disrupt this business. Abo malume bathatha abantwana bathi phuma ngathi uyaya. And they don't arrive at school. And for us to know that you are operating and to can be able to then do everything possible to protect you, is for us to know whose kid are you transporting and where are you taking them. There's no taxi that will harass you. There's no taxi that will bully you. But when you do the wrong thing and not fetch the kid from the door, and kids stand on the roads, and there will be battles. And that's why this session is important, to say, how do we make sure that we protect our children from our conflicts as parents, and how do we make sure that you are compliant? I know there's an outcry of police clearance. In a country of gender-based violence that also impact on children, you cannot say a government must look away on that requirement. There's pedophiles everywhere. People are preying on our children. How do you say ignore police clearance? Why are we not talking about police are here with us? What are the things that we can do that we get it as fast as possible? And MEC, it must not be a hindrance, and let's look into faster ways of doing it. So that parents live on at home, they are satisfied to at least bana ba rona ba driver ke motho le gore o na le police clearance. We will not wake up in the morning and hear that kids were raped. So a lot of things are said and are done in the name of scholar transport. We need to start isolating that, so that we are, it's not part of us, that thing. You know, has it passed these steps? So don't call it scholar transport, because we as scholar transport operators, these are the things that governs us, and these are the things that we are doing. So I think mothers who are here knows that. go bereka ka ngwana is quite a difficulty. That's why Department of Education is a lead into this. It's unfortunate they are not here. But I'm a mother. I can't look away and say education will deal with it. Because when there's an accident, there's media interviews, they have an interest on what do you say as Department of Transport. Nka se re ke batswadi le di private operators. I can't say that because I'm government. More than being government, I'm an activist, more than a community activist. More than that, I'm a mother. So nka se push matsogo kare, ga se nna. And that's why you see us so passionate wanting to assist. If you have not felt anything on the Val accident, just go back to the clips. Go back. It affected mothers, it affected fathers, grandparents, uncles, and everyone in the household. It doesn't matter where they are in the country. Our wombs froze as women who are still in childbearing age. So let's work together, Bacholo. We are here subjecting ourselves to you. By the way, it's you who have sent us in these positions. We want to make it better. There has been a neglect of many years. But we are here to want to make it better. And it's only kaperikisano, ukuzwana, we will achieve. So in my language, barmola khosi waita. So I don't know how to translate that in Zulu and Xhosa. So when you say do this as government, as a chief and as a king, you must know you are saying it must be done to you, not anyone else. I know law enforcement on the ground is an inconvenience to you. What are you saying? Must they not be there? Must we have more children dying? So why are you giving us a grace period on operating licenses? It's because we have seen that a lot of you are operating illegally and we are giving you time to legalize yourselves. So don't want us to say go, and that means I can do what I want to do. No. You must prove that you are in the process of legalizing yourself. Getting a contract with parents, there's no one who doesn't have children here. So it's a lie that, where do we get the contracts with parents? The mere fact you are here, sitting here, worried about your operations, is because people paid you early in January for the fees. And there's an agreement of 12 months that you have with those people. I'm a mother, I use scholar transport for my children. It's a 12-month contract. We can complain for January to December. But it's like that, we pay you. Unless le ad hoc. So you already know which children are you driving to school as you are seated here. You have contacts with those parents on a daily basis. Even today, they are calling you. So it's very unfortunate for you because I'm a mother, I use a scholar transport, so I know the relationship becomes too close. This and that, really that's what we do. And that's why I see you more of community development workers than anything else. Because mothers like me who work rely on you. Some of you attend parents' meetings on behalf of the mothers of the children you are driving to school. So I keep with theory into exciting. So you have that contact. What is wrong just to get the contracts? Do a list of your children and all the parents sign their contact details and their ID numbers, and you show police when they stop you. I have permission to drive these children. We have a problem of human trafficking of our children. That's another thing why police will insist that we stick to this thing. The school principals know you because you ke lona le lo patelang this and that on behalf of parents in the school. There is no way they can't give you a letter of endorsement, especially if you do the right thing. They rely also on you. So it's not true that the requirements are difficult. You get that, you keep it in the car, in a file. When they stop you, I have permission to drive these children. Here are the parents' consent. And the school knows me. This is the school, the schools or the school I'm going to. So that when a taxi bully stops you and bullies you, we are able to then help you to say, go and open a case. If they take out your children, you open a case of kidnapping. We deal with them.
The Gauteng Transport MEC Kedibone Diale Tlabela talking about some of the challenges that they're experiencing within the scholar transportation sector. Right there, my colleague Calvin Dludla reporting that some of the scholar transportation service providers have boycotted today's meeting, but Diale-Tlabela seems to be going ahead with that meeting, raising some of the concerns in her department that she would have wanted to address with those operators at today's meeting. And certainly it does not look like many of those operators have arrived for that engagement. It remains to be seen then with the disruptions that we saw this past week, where the transport operators, scholar transportation operators, had down tools and refused to work. If on Monday that is going to persist in light of this engagement that is taking place with very few scholar transportation operators in attendance at that event at the University of Johannesburg in Soweto.